Yeah.
To bring us liquor. So so give me some breathing room here.
Hey man.
So what is okay? Because guys, I just clicked from top chat to live chat.
I don't know what differentiates top chat from live chat, other than live chat has all the chat. Top chat just has whatever YouTube thinks is the top chat.
Oh, well, that stinks. Okay.
So go to live chat and then you will see everybody's stuff. Every once in a while, I'm like, what are they talking about? And I click on it and it's like, oh, okay.
What was the other thing you were talking about? By the way,
recently,
Brian Duncan is here. That's why I'm drinking out of this little cup.
Recently, YouTube, I think, has changed some stuff. And these live things that we do don't show up on our homepage. You have to click the live tab at the top, and then it will show all the live stuff that we've done. And that might be something we could look into and change. But for now, I have heard that people can't find our live chats after the fact on our homepage.
Our live chats or the live videos?
The live videos.
Okay.
Yeah, the live videos that we do. You have to click on the live tab at the top of the homepage.
Okay. Good tip. Good tech tip. Chris's tech tips.
Yeah, Chris's. Let's do more of those.
More Chris's tech tips.
Sure.
Joy
I'll teach you how to thread a nut onto a screw. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty.
Tighten it till it's loose, and then a quarter turn less.
We'll talk about torque specs. Sure.
Joy was saying that I should do Sunday Gun Day and do gun videos, and
like these guns.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
And no one wants to see that. But yeah, so I don't know if I would irritate yours in Europe. I might, but anyway, that
might be a new pay or a new
whole new channel.
Yeah.
Maybe
did European guns.
But I think that's just as bad. So yeah. Okay, so hey everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars, and it's time for a Friday reveal. A reveal like no other. Actually, this is the second reveal we've done today.
It is.
The very first reveal was for Bill Hendricks's Spin Paint Spray
Spin Twist
Spray Right Paint Rig.
There you go.
And thank you to everybody who watched that. Whoa. That was fun. And that was a good thing. And everybody who's seen it, who's come to the shop since we had it assembled, thinks that's a cool thing. So that was reveal number one.
Mm-hmm.
Reveal number two is actually in a different spot than we normally do any videos because we've kind of got to spread out a little bit. Yes, and there's a picture of me and JJJ right in the background that Brian Duncan took. So, Chris, this video, I might have taken you by surprise a little bit yesterday.
You did. Because
I'm like, I want to tell everybody what we are planning on doing for the $400 guitar building contest. And there is a page, there is a section of our website where it has the $400 guitar building contest, the rules, the judges. Brian, by the way, there's a picture of you up there on the judges thing now. Yeah, did you see it?
No.
Well, all right.
You're a judge until you say differently.
Yeah, well, no, he said he was up to judge.
Okay.
So all the rules, the FAQs, the entry form, et cetera, et cetera. So who should go first?
Well, I think you should go first.
Because I was okay now, but you're
going to want me to go first.
No.
Because
I'll go first. But you're not going to go, I don't know, and then run away.
So
right?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So do we need to talk any more about the $400 guitar building?
Let's tell everybody the rules of the pro category.
Oh, that's right. There are two categories. So this whole idea for the $400 guitar building contest came from our friend Doug Cower at Cower Guitars many, many years ago. And the idea was you could not spend more than $400 on parts. So hardware, wood, electronics, finish. You had to have a case, and one of the pickup you had to have
some sort of carrying convenience. It could be a gig bag or whatever.
And
and what was to have American made pickups.
Yeah,
that was the one. Kind of. Oh, that kind of changes it.
Yes. So
especially back then, because there wasn't a lot of American-made pickups that were super economical.
yeah, it was like $80 or something was the minimum you probably would spend
per pickup,
unless it was a single.
Yeah.
So people have asked us if we've adjusted for inflation. Yes, we have. Yeah, we have, because it's still $400, but we've eliminated the American-made pickup rule. Not to mention, we've added a bunch of cheat codes. So, for example, if you use any of the codes for discounts from our sponsors, and so far there are lots of sponsors who are helping us out with this. Dylan from Dylan Pickups is offering basically 40% off.
Yeah, so you can play the American pickup. Game and save a bunch of money.
Yeah. So if you were going to spend $100 with Dylan and you save 40%, that means that you're only on the hook for $60, not $100, because it's not, well, whatever the retail price. It's with the cheat code that you get from Dylan, you can basically get $100 for $60. And Bitterroot guitars, if you spend $100, it's only $85 because they have that 15% off deal. Tonewood Experts, if you spend $100, it's only $85 because they have got that 15% off deal. Even Brad at Pedal to the Metal Guitar says if you're making a telly and you want his plate, his loaded pre-wired plate with the super cool angled switch, it's no longer $85, it's $65. So, or whatever it is. So you can say we're actually saving you a bunch. So that's how we're adjusting for inflation. Guys, if you need to spend more than $400 to do this, you're doing something wrong.
And you're allowed to shop for the lowest price. You're allowed to look up stuff according to product part number, and you can Google that. And even if you don't, I'm even cool with, even if you don't buy it from that place. Like
oh yeah, you're right. But let's not.
You can, but you can use.
People are going to send me a buttload of email. What if I find it at
So just use that low price. The whole idea of this thing is that I don't want to see a bunch of guitars with a bunch of high end parts on them that are.
It's got a Floyd Rose and 2 DiMarzio pickups, and I already know you're not doing it for $400.
Correct. It's about the craft. It's about the assembly. It's about your skills as a guitar builder, not about the hoochiest parts you can put on it.
However, we have adjusted for inflation by giving you a bunch of freebies and cheat codes. If you don't want to use them, you don't have to, but if you don't use them, that's on you. So run what you brung, but come ready to party, right?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. And do some shopping, do some looking around.
Oh, also, unlike Doug's
if you
contest,
can save a couple bucks here and there, it adds up.
And unlike Doug's contest, whoever wins is going to walk out of here with a fat sack of cash. Now, I'm not trying to slam Doug, but that just wasn't part of his thing.
I think the whole deal with that original contest was there probably should have been a lot more people entering it, and it turned out that there weren't that many people entering it. So I'm going to give you another Chris tip.
Okay.
Write down every single part on a guitar and then start filling in that all the prices.
Good tip.
You can start changing stuff around and figuring out where you want to spend your money, where maybe you can cut back a little bit. And that will help you a whole bunch.
All right. So there's the pro builder category.
Yes, which we are a part of.
Chris, how do you know if you're a pro builder and if you're in that category?
I believe the pro builder is people that make their living building guitars.
That's right. I'm not trying to say that if you haven't built and sold one guitar that you're not a professional guitar maker.
And I think there is also, if you want to compete against us and the other pro builders, there's a little bit of a pro-am here. If you want to step up and play, sure, knock yourself out.
But there's a couple
different rules.
There's a couple different rules. Yeah. One is you can't build a Telecaster.
Correct.
2 is you got to have a case.
Yeah.
And there's some you're
allowed to use industry discounts and stuff like that if you are and the other thing is if you enter pro-am, there's no money involved.
No, that's right. Oh
yeah.
who else? Why else is in the pro category? I think Doc means who else.
Who else?
So
Yeah.
right now, Doc, it's Chris and myself,
Mhm.
and it was originally just going to be you and me.
Well, and we were going to compete against everybody else.
Yeah.
And
then Steve from Maximum Guitar Works decided he wanted to do it too.
yeah, and we're
I'm
still
gonna
hitting up some other people.
I've reached out to Doug Cower. By the way, okay, so this is the part of the video where I throw down the gauntlet. And I'm throwing down, I'm gonna mark it at whatever time it is here. 10:18, 10:19. I'm throwing down the gauntlet to Doug Cower, Brian Nutter, Grover Jackson, Mike Learn. Who else?
That guy that makes all that stuff.
That one guy with the stuff. Yeah. So if you're a pro builder and I named you by name, that's the smack. And
we should at least hear back from you, yay or nay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will consider you complete cowards.
Yeah. If you say no, I'm not going to do it. That's one thing.
Fine. Yeah.
If you don't say anything, then that basically means
Pung Beach.
Yeah, Pung Beach. So okay, okay. So Chris, who wants? Oh, are there any other pro build things? Oh yeah, the pro builders have to auction their guitars off at the end. And they can do whatever they want with the money.
Correct. And there's one more rule for you and I.
Which is? Oh, we can't use anything that we already have.
Which threw me for a loop.
It was so like you can't use a template that we already have.
Correct.
Yeah, and we encourage everybody else to do that.
We sort of have them all.
Kind of have a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just going to cut the tail end of something off.
We have not set a date, but it is going to be in August. I'm thinking probably
August,
middle August.
It might be neat if we could do it right after that super awesome Stratocaster class that we're doing.
Okay, so thank you for that, Brad. But yeah,
because you could come out here.
Yep.
Build a Strat.
Yep.
$100. Enter the contest.
You could, yeah,
and maybe walk away with the fat stack of cash.
I don't care. Okay.
That'd be a neat thing.
So Chris.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the auction has to take place, and the reason we're doing the auction is whoever raises the most money at auction from the pro builder thing wins the pro builder. And what do you win by winning the pro builder category?
I think just bragging rights.
Nothing. Yeah,
just every day I get to come in and go,
I'm better than you.
Matt.
Yeah, that's true.
I beat you.
That's true. So, so you can give the money to charity.
Yeah.
You can keep the money. You can give part of the money. I don't care what you do with the money, but it's up to you. Now, if you're not in the pro builder category, you don't have to sell your guitar.
No.
In fact, you get to keep your guitar and you get to keep the fat stack of cash if you win.
Which is what I would do. Yeah.
Me too. Okay. All right. So have we covered all of the basics here?
I think we've covered them all.
Does that mean you guys have to buy a fresh neck blank and body blank? Paul, yes, it does. Paul needs. That means that we are starting with the same nothing and building from there. And we have a $400 ceiling. However, Chris and all the other pro builders and myself, you have to have a case too. Some kind of thing to carry the damn guitar.
Some sort of travel conveyance.
Yep.
Like pony cart.
Whatever. Rickshaw. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Shay.
Yeah.
The other part of this for you and or one of the big things, it's all about labor.
It's all about labor.
It's all about labor. The parts you put into this are a pittance in comparison to
how much
the amount of labor you do. And that's all I'm going to say. All
right. So Chris and I have been thinking about this for a long time. I personally love the idea of the $400 guitar building contest. I hope you do too, Chris.
I do.
We're gonna tell you guys what we're planning on building, and maybe we'll even do some videos along the way. So do you want to go first?
I will go first. All right. So I had my plan all laid out, and then you laid on to me the idea that it has to be something that we have never built or that we don't have a template for.
I'm sorry.
And that has thrown me into a complete disarray. And so I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm going to build, but I'm going to tell you some of the elements that I am going to build into it.
Okay. That's
and
will you keep us posted a little bit?
Yes. And it's going to be because I had some very definitive ideas. My guitar is going to be, and it's really, this is all about you and I trying new things and learning new things and doing all of that.
Because that's something that we did during the original.
Exactly. Yeah. That was the first guitars that we ever used modern finish with.
And
anyway,
7-degree headstock, and black poison wood.
Yeah, black poison wood. No, I did 2-degree headstock, which is totally solid. I think I'm okay. So mine will be a bunch of new finish.
Oh, cool.
Techniques and ideas. And it will follow the rules. I just haven't figured out exactly what I want to do yet.
So are you going to make an all new body shape?
Yes.
Okay.
Or something that we've never made, something reminiscent of something else.
I'm
not going to go buy a bunch of templates so I can build something.
Are you going to use any of Steve's universal fit?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know.
What is he called? The OmniFit?
The OmniFit?
The Fit All, not the OmniFit.
It's like, that's you need to tell me that.
Fit All.
Yeah, but I had some kind of fun ideas because there's some things that we've been talking about just for classes and this and that I kind of want to try. So this is the time to try that.
Can you elaborate any? Or
no.
Okay, all right. Are you going to go with a bolt-on neck or a set neck?
I don't know.
Okay.
The original idea was that it was probably going to be a bolt-on neck.
Okay.
But it was going to be all about new finish ideas. And now I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do because I had a very, very specific, very, just pinpoint. This is what I'm doing.
Well, let me ask you this: what were you gonna do?
I'm not saying.
That
will spoil the other parts of it.
I would have guessed that you and I'd like for you to tell everybody what you thought I was going to do. I would have guessed that you would have made because we were talking about Jazz Masters and Jags, and you were like, "Hey, what?" And I thought, well, maybe Chris was planning on making a Jag because that's one of your favorites.
Well, it is one of my favorites, But I was going to do it was going to appeal to everybody, and yet a very select group.
Okay. All right.
And now I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to figure out what that everybody category still is, and yet and the select group is still the same.
Okay. Well, I am very excited to hear that because I think that new finishing stuff is because we kind of get stuck in some ruts and stuff. So I'm very excited to see what you come up with.
Melted crayon.
Whatever. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Have a good time. So that's what Chris is. That's what Chris is willing to tell you. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what I am planning. So it's a good thing that tooling was not part of the $400.
Oh, the other thing that I will say this, I was also thinking about building stuff, not utilizing all of the really cool tools we use.
Oh, okay.
Going backwards that direction as well. I was going to make the whole guitar with a Dremel tool and like a couple of cutoff discs and one of those little buzzy things.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I had the exact opposite idea of what I wanted to do. And like I said, it's a good thing that the $400 does not include tools because I have decided to jig up and I am going to be building an acoustic guitar for my entry into the $400 guitar challenge. And the first tool that I bought was this side bending jig from LMII. And what happens here, in case you don't know, the wood for the sides goes into this part here, and it's got these electric blankets, and it all goes into this thermocoupler rig down here. And this guy cranks down, and you set the waist, and it's not this fast, but it's pretty quick. And then you move these dudes down and actually do the rest of the side work. And I've got a couple of different side bending apparati and a couple of different molds. I'm actually going to be building 2 guitars. I'm going to be doing this is an OM. I'm going to be doing an OM size, and I'm also going to be doing a jumbo size. I have talked with Dan and Calvin at Tonewood Experts at length, and I'm actually going to also heed my own advice. One of the things that I am going to not do because it's been over 30 years since I built an acoustic guitar. So the things that I'm going to endeavor to not do are use reclaimed wood. So I'm not going to get a bunch of railroad ties and resaw them and turn them into
spend a bunch of extra time.
An attempt to get them to turn it into a guitar. I'm not going to use overly figured or exotic or crazy expensive wood to do this. And I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. So I'm not going to do a cutaway. I'm not going to do crazy rosette or inlay or anything like that. But I'm going to try to build the best guitar that I can. I contacted Dan and Calvin at Tonewood Experts. They're setting me up with some mahogany and some spruce and some cedar. And I'm going to just try to make the best acoustic guitars I can build. And whichever one I like the best, that's the one I'm going to enter into the contest. While talking with Dan about this, he said, well, I'm going to put together some deals. So like, it's easy to buy. So like, if anyone else wants to do an acoustic, they can. And I said, well, how about an electric, Dan? Yep, we're going to do electrics too. So Dan at Tonewood Experts is going to put together some deals for you. So it's easy to do, fretboard, neck, body. I don't know what I'll probably use some sort of Cataloche or something for the fretboard for this, but I'm just going to try to make a good acoustic guitar because, like I said, it's been over 3 decades since I've done one.
You can try and make the best damn acoustic you can make.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Yeah. So I have been. You know that I think you saw this coming, but I think it surprised you a little bit.
It did because there's been talk of this, but I didn't think this was going to be something you do for the contest.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you and I were. I figured you were just going to make the most accurate 59 Les Paul you could possibly make.
I have always said that.
And I asked you if you were going to relic it.
I have often said that if I were ever to do another guitar building contest, that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. You walk in and there's a sea of new guitars and there's one
relic
guitar that's sitting there and you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You brought,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Paul Needs is trying to add a bunch of new rules. Paul, if you're so smart, start your own contest. So the rules for my contest are up on my website, and I get it if you don't like them.
Well, if you don't like one of the rules, maybe that's a rule you can bend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of NASCAR. It's up to interpretation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Smokey Eunuch was the greatest cheater or the greatest innovator. Who knows?
I saw that video. Or I saw that was I didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it because I know a lot of that stuff. Yeah, you gotta, all right.
Yeah.
Bend the rules, make them play into your hands.
Paul, I know it was a joke.
But we're still gonna beat you up if you show up with a $300 Floyd.
Yeah, titanium Floyd.
5/8 top.
Yeah. A $400 billet of quilt maple and a Floyd and 3 DiMarzio pickups and okay. So anyway, gang, that's what Chris and I are going to do, and we throw down the gauntlet to you guys to use whatever tools you have. Spend no more than $400 on wood, hardware, paint, other finish, electronics, stuff like that. And you know what? This might actually encourage some people to, you know what? I want to build a guitar. I'm going to go out and buy a router. Or I want to build an acoustic. I'm going to make a neck fitting jig or whatever.
And it's about construction and technique and fit and all of this other stuff way more than it's about hardware.
And the idea of this contest really, I think, is kind of get out there and push the envelope a little bit and go outside your comfort zone and really, really see what you can do with, without spending a buttload of money on stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think that we are just about ready to call it a day. This is the last live stream that we'll be doing this year, huh, Chris?
It is, yeah.
There's a video coming out on Sunday, which I think is still 2023, 2022. Is it Sunday? No,
Sunday's absolutely the first.
Okay, so
brand new, all new for the new year.
I'm excited then because the very first video of 2023 is going to be you and me and Steve from Maximum Guitar Works hanging out at Maximum Guitar Works, making a bunch of cool stuff.
Yep.
So, anyway,
learning about wood.
having some food.
Having some food.
Okay, guys. So have a terrific new year. It's been a great year for us hanging out with you guys. I'm still returning emails from the last couple of weeks. I'm sorry. It's just been kind of nuts. So, I've had family at home. We had a bunch of weather.
This seems like
I want to complain and
longest,
about stuff.
chunk of December not getting you anywhere ever for me. Yeah, the holiday days line up really well with other days that you normally take off. And then you take a bunch off on the other sides of them, or weather or whatever. And yeah, it feels like November was like a week ago.
You got that right.
This one just disappeared.
Yeah.
So.
All right, gang. Well, Paul Key is in the house, and he's actually saying something nice. God bless you, Paul. Paul is one of my favorite people in the whole world. So, I like.
He was standing right here when he broke my coffee cup.
Was he?
Yeah.
I wonder if Paul wants to come here and build an acoustic with me.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
All
right, guys. So happy New Year, everybody. We will see you on the very first day of 2023 with a cool new video. I still have to edit it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a bunch of new stuff coming at you for 2023. New workshops with Dylan, new guitars, acoustic guitars, new paint jobs, all kinds of good shit. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next year. Thanks, everybody. Okay.